Good morning. So we are going through this series on God's promises for our lives. And if you've missed any of them and would like to see some of the other ones, I encourage you to go to clintonfbc.net and you can get all of the earlier promises that we've discussed. But today, the promise that I want to talk about is that God promises to carry our burdens. He promises to carry our burdens. In 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7, Peter writes, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Some other translations will say, casting your anxieties upon him. The imagery and the idea is the same. And when I read this passage, I think about fishing. And I realize right now, if you're in the Midwest, fishing is probably not what you're necessarily thinking about, unless you're an ice fisherman. But the imagery is beautiful because when I go out to fish, I put bait on a hook and I cast that hook out. And my goal is not to reel it back in and still see the bait on the hook. My goal is to see a nice big fat fish hanging from that hook. The problem sometimes for us is, especially if you have little kids and you're trying to teach them how to fish, when they cast it out, they can't wait to start reeling it back in and reeling it back in. And eventually they don't have any bait on the hook because the bait falls off, right? But we can do the same thing with our anxieties, with our burdens, with our fears. We want to cast it out to the Lord, but then we keep reeling it back in. Lord, I want you to take this from me. But then you take it back. The word that's used here for casting, the Greek word, it literally means to shift the burden or shift the weight to something else, to put that weight upon the shoulders of something else. So it's the idea of like taking all of your weight, your gear, whatever it is you're carrying, and putting it on an animal, an ox for example, and let that animal carry the weight for you. Jesus, the same imagery is applied to Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 through 30, where he says, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. And again, it's this idea, this yoke is to help shift the weight between ox so that they can carry that burden, whatever it is. For some of us, we're trying to do this hike of life, and we're wearing 100-pound packs, and Jesus is saying, hey, I'll take your pack, you take mine. My pack weighs 2 pounds, but we keep wanting to take it back from him. We keep wanting to carry these burdens ourselves. Sometimes it's because we just don't want to confess, hey, I'm struggling. I've got a burden. I'm full of anxiety or fear or whatever it is. But I want to encourage you today, maybe this is what you do, just to apply this to your life. Write out what's burdening you right now. Is it a job situation, financial situation, a child, a spouse, some kind of relationship? What is it that is burdening you, that's keeping you up at night, that has you anxious, has you worried all the time? What is that burden? Write it down. And then pray, God, I want to give this to you. I want to cast my burdens upon you. I want to cast my cares upon you because you care for me. Write it down. Pray for God to take it from you. And then tear it up and throw it in the garbage. And here's the thing. 5 minutes from then, when you do that, don't go back to the garbage and pull it out of the garbage can. Leave it. Every time you feel prompted to worry again, go back to the Lord and say, God, I've given this to you. It's yours. Maybe burn it. I'd encourage you to be safe. I would hate to see the fire trucks going busy all day today because we're burning down our houses, right? But get rid of the burden. If you're fishing right now and you're casting it out and you keep reeling it in and reeling it in, what I'd encourage you to do is just cut the line. It's time to let go of those burdens and let God carry those for you. If this has encouraged you at all today, would you share it with somebody else who might need to hear this as well? May God bless you as you do.